Welcome again, you guys, to the Diggie Intro video podcast, whatever the hell this is that we do, but we love to do it. This is episode 3 for season 2. So we have going through a couple other high-profile artists so far. We've done Gangstar, we have done P-Rock and CL Smooth, and now we're doing Cypress Hill, one of my favorite hip-hop groups. So once again, thank you to all of our followers, supporters, giving us all of our support and love. It's overwhelming almost at times where we have come from to where we started. This is a special edition of Diggie A2. We're actually in Diggie A2 Studios, kind of what it feels like here and stuff, you know what I mean? So I have live and direct with me 36 N Brimstone, part of the DB Entertainment Group that are here with us to talk about Cypress Hill, pay homage. So I want to give out a couple of quick shout outs to Dion Brown, who's here with us, and shout out to Liz, who is Mike's wife. She was here in the studio with us as well too. So before we get started, let's talk about Cypress Hill real quick. So Cypress Hill, we'll run some accolades on here so you all can see some of those things roll on the screen. Cypress Hill is the most successful Latin hip-hop group in history. They have over 20 million albums sold worldwide. They consist of the members of Be Real, Sin Dog, DJ Muggs, and Eric Lobo. They hail from Southgate, California. So, it started off with the West Coast sound. That's where they got together and started to build the group. But we're going to focus on them primarily between 1990 and 1994, which is what season 2 is primarily based off of. So with that being said, they created 2 albums. The self-titled album, Cypress Hill, came out in August of 1991, double platinum. And then they had one of my personal favorites is Black Sunday, which came out in July of 1993. Triple platinum album. That's one that had Insane in the Brain, Hits from the Bong, those kind of songs. So a couple of my favorites. But I want to give the gentlemen a chance to introduce themselves. And most importantly, gentlemen, tell us who you are, a little bit about what you do, and when did you or how did you fall in love with hip hop?
Okay. You can go ahead and go first.
Lord Tag, 36 N Brimstone. I basically rap in a way, I guess. Our version of hip hop, or however you want to say it, is a blend of metal and hip hop, which is appropriate that we're doing Cypress Hill because they definitely are one of the forerunners of that. How I fell in love with hip hop is my mom. She had my whole life, she had like NWA CDs, Tupac, Ice-T, Ice Cube. Yeah. She had all that stuff. She was playing it all the time. That and like Rob Zombie, Marilyn Manson. Yeah. So I mean, really, she's the one who shaped my music taste. I mean, for sure. She was really good about that stuff.
Sweet. I'm Roy Voss of 36 N Brimstone. I rap. I do the choppity, that cool stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. I fell in love with hip hop because of I have 2 older brothers, and they both listen to metal and hip hop, and that's where I fell in love with all my music. And then I got a little bit of classic rock in there too. But yeah, I fell in love with hip hop because of them. They were listening to, like he said, pretty much the same guys he said, Tupac and Biggie and all those, and even some Tech 9 and stuff that were thrown in there. Yeah, and so ICP and stuff like that.
Okay. So. Okay. Yeah, and what I would say, I've listened to a lot of you guys' music. Like, we had a couple conversations over the weekend, kind of vibing and stuff, and listening to your catalog. Uh-huh. You guys are what I would say unique is like the word I'd like to describe you guys' music. But so is Cypress Hill, right? So when you listen to Cypress Hill album, you're like, yeah, this is not the typical boom bap sound that you were used to hearing in the early 90s. They were very unique, very different. And I want to talk about the contrast and comparison between your sound and theirs. So you all see a parallel in how you all make music and some of the things you all heard from Cypress Hill from the past.
I would definitely say that one thing that I've seen a lot of interviews that they have is they're very big on like not following trends. Like they do not like it when people follow trends. They always call people out like, oh man, they're just following trends and stuff like that. That's exactly how we are. Like we definitely don't follow any kind of mold or anything like that. We make what we want to make. A lot of our stuff is really diverse. It isn't just, one sound. There is a sound that we stick to most of the time, but we like to try different things, and I feel like that's something we have in common.
Yeah, we do different things, and if it's halfway decent, we do it. We run it.
And if it's not, then we keep it in the vault forever.
No doubt. For the fans and listeners that are either watching or listening to us, go out and check out 36 N Brim. I'm going to put all their descriptions in the in the description for the videos below. So we'll make sure we reach out to you guys and make sure we get you guys a good following. If you don't have already, what your following is, we're gonna put more on top of it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So
I hope so. That's what I'm talking
We're gonna put more on top of it. Make sure you guys are well known. Some of the songs that I heard when I was going through the catalog for you guys was Dem Bones was. Oh, Dem Bones was.
Dem Bones is probably our best.
I was just crazy, like
great.
just coming up with that one. But the other one that was one of my favorites is Confessions. So Confessions is what I remember listening to. It was like, which was, as you mentioned, not the typical sound that you all have. It's more had like an R&B kind of feel to it, even in a sense. So I was like, so what's some of the creative patterns or creative thought process you guys have when making your music?
I'm depressed.
Life's a suck.
Yeah. No, but I like singing. Like, because Confessions is a solo track.
Yeah.
I sing quite a bit in a lot of our music. You'll find me singing and screaming and stuff like that.
You was in choir like all the time?
Yeah, I was in choir my whole life.
Cool.
I've sung my whole life. My father is really musically talented, and I feel like, there's a lot of, studies that show that that's correlated to genetics and stuff.
Okay.
Sure. And I really like singing, and I think we were just going through, and I had an idea. I started writing that and stuff like that, because I really do like the sad boy wave. I know it's weird that I said like, oh, we try not to copy trends or anything like that. Right. But it definitely isn't. It's just I do like that sound.
You wrote that all, correct me if I'm wrong, but you wrote that all a cappella, and then we built the music around it, right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I wrote Confessions, and then we built it around it. But I mean, I really love the song. I really love the message. I'm writing another one. We're about to record it right now. That's very similar to Confessions.
Oh, nice.
So,
nice.
it's called Runaway. So, look out for that one.
Absolutely, man. Yeah. And one of the things that I noticed also is, since you guys are unique, so was Cypress Hill. So what were some of your favorite Cypress Hill songs? Like, what are the ones that resonate?
I know
with
what
you
yours
guys
is.
You put on that rock superstar, I'll tear this place apart. I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm flipping this table
I think mine was probably How Could I Just Kill a Man?
That is my favorite.
That is an incredible song.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
one of my favorites. And the reason why I picked that one, mainly because of the way it sounds, but when you hear Be Real rap, you're like, what's wrong with this? That's like this thing, dude, it's so weird.
Do you know the story behind that?
I think I don't know the complete story, but I know he wanted to have like a distinct sound, or I don't know, like the background.
I think the label, he was on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Oh, okay.
And so he was talking about it. I remember hearing this, and the label told him that he had to. Fact check me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But this is pretty much what I've heard, that the label told him that he had to change his voice.
Or he was ended up ghostwriting.
Yeah, it was going to end up ghostwriting for whoever else.
I don't know if that's true, but that's the word.
Yeah, you can fact check me if I'm wrong. Like
no worries. Yeah,
I'm a moron, so I might be completely wrong. But, that's what I heard, which is really cool.
I think it brought a uniqueness to him though, and then I like How I Just Kill a Man, Hand on the Pump. This is very unique. Yeah. And then one of the things that's crazy is like when they did the Hand on the How I Can Kill a Man video has Ice Cube in the video, Q-Tips in the video, and then down the road they had a beef with Ice Cube because apparently Ice Cube stole one of the ideas for the song.
If you listen to the song on Friday, it's their choruses are very similar.
Very similar. Yeah. So there was a beef with that within the mid-90s. Wow. So so they were kind of pissed about that. Well, rightfully so. Anytime you're not creative enough and you bite someone's style or whatever,
somebody.
Yeah, but it really sucks that it's Ice Cube. And it isn't like some no-name guy.
Yeah,
it's Cube. It's Cube.
It's Cube, right? Yeah. No, you're good. But so let's transition and talk about their second album, Black Sunday. So what do you guys think about what Insane in the Brain? When you first heard that, like, how did that make you guys feel? Like, that's kind of like, to me, Insane in the Brain is right in your lane, is what I would say. When I see Insane in the Brain and listen to some of your music, there's a lot of parallels in like the imagery and the sound.
You want to take it or should I go ahead?
I mean, you can go ahead.
Okay, so I was born in the South. Okay. I was born in like close to Texas, about 30 minutes away from Texas. Okay. So, and where I grew up, there was a lot of Latin culture about the place that I'm from, like a lot of Latin culture to it. So I mean, like Cypress Hill is one of the first, like you said before, they're the biggest Latin, up until that point, probably to this day, in that scene and stuff like that. I mean, they were everywhere, man. Yeah. I heard that song. I mean, you heard it every day. You know what I mean? Like it was
big.
Yeah, it's just what Cypress Hill is. I mean, they're so connected to that stuff, and like they really, had a jumping point for a lot of people who were in it. I mean, I don't really know of very many Latin rappers. I'm sure there is a lot of them, but I mean, off the top of my head, I can't really think of very many.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, yeah, they really paved the way for, I mean, really just people of other cultures and ethnicities to have, you know, a jump start into the game, you know, for sure. Yeah. But Insane the Brain, I mean, yeah, it's awesome. It's a really good
song. It's a hip-hop song and it's rock. So, like, in the video, it's like they got the mosh pit going on, people are wilding out, having a good time. Like,
Be Real is awesome.
Never seen that. Had never seen that before in the hip-hop realm. So I thought that was really clever, and it still kind of resonates today, you know what I mean, with the parallels of rock and hip-hop. Always has some of I would say, like, they're like third cousins of each other. Because you know, some of the
talk about rebellion and stuff.
Yeah, man. Going against the grain. Absolutely.
They almost paved the way for like new metal, like Limp Bizkit, Slipknot in the early days. It's a perfect mix of metal and rap.
It is.
And I mean, like, a lot of that started with Cypress. So I mean, a lot of it's all started with Public Enemy and stuff like that. They did a really big job on that too. But I mean, Cypress Hill, they furthered that, you know, for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
One of the songs I liked off of that album was "Hits from the Bong," and I don't smoke weed. Those that do, my hat's off to, just not my thing, you know what I mean? But when you hear that album, it's like, am I high? Like,
you can feel it.
They have like this psychedelic kind of flow, and I'm like, this is cool. This is cool as hell, man. But like, then I'm like, looking around like, am I hearing stuff? Like, it's like
outside.
They put you in that world, like this is crazy. Like, you feel like you're high almost. Like, just listening to some of their music.
Man, that's the effect.
I think that their impact on hip hop is solidified. That's what we're talking about them now, paying them homage. So Be Real, the fellas. If you guys ever see this, we are huge fans. Where we're showing you guys tremendous love and respect for what you've done for the culture. But one of the other things I want to mention, and then we'll start to see if we can start to get to the closing of this, is with you guys and how you create music, and then you're looking at Cypress Hill. If you were able to sit down with Cypress Hill and Be Real, what were some of the things you would ask them if they were in the room with us right now? What would be some of the things you would ask them in regards to like how they create music, or just a question in general? What would you want to know from them?
I would definitely ask how to handle failure better.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I would ask about creative processes too, but my biggest thing now is like, I like my creative process. And I would love to take advice from that too, but I also would want to know, how do you handle the failures, the ups and downs of what this business is? Because so far, you know, like, just for what we've been in, it is a freaking ride, dude. Like, it is an up and down just all the time. And I would like to talk to several artists about that. But if it was Cypress Hill in general, I would like to ask them that. And I would like to ask them how they handled, you know, the struggle of coming up at being a Latin group like that, and the type of, you know, in such a cutthroat industry. That would be an interesting question too.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, similar questions to that too, you know, how they ran marketing and things like that. You know, I mean, there's certain little
valuable questions.
Stuff that, like, if we had a jump start on something like that right now, would only help us in the future. But I mean, also just to get to know them as people, because they're legends, man. Like, for what it's worth, like, you got a podcast going. Be Real has a podcast going. He helped that whole side of this culture too. You know, like, everything that those guys touch, they make into, and not, I wouldn't say a trend, but I mean, they really drive it to the front of people's minds. They're amazing. You know, I mean, they're great. I'd ask them anything, they'd answer for me. They'd probably they're like, hey, man.
Right. Almost starstruck in a sense, right?
Right. But try not to be, but I mean, it'd be difficult.
Man. Well, you guys, thank you. And I think we're going to start wrapping things up here at this point. And what I would like for you got your hoods on. I'm going to put my hood on. And throughout the season, we're going to be paying homage to Trayvon Martin and all of the individuals that lost their life due to social injustice. And I really, really want to hit this home, that I've been blessed with a platform to showcase that and try to get those things, get the word out, get more about us having these conversations about, you know, we can be different. We can still, you know, find a way to have some common ground. And our common ground is music. Everybody loves music, whether you're from California, whether you're from Atlanta, Georgia, whether you're from Missouri, or whether you're from the, you know, backwoods of Kansas. Everybody loves music, and we've been blessed to have this podcast and this platform for you guys to come on here and expand 100%. Your fan base, and you all helping me in the same sense too, man. So I really appreciate it. So what we do in Diggie Intro fashion, gentlemen, is shout outs. All right, so that's how we're closed out the show. So whoever wants to go first, Brady and Mike, who are your shout outs going to this week, man?
Who you want to shout out?
DB Entertainment, everybody that's riding with us. My buddy Matthew, I'm gonna be playing Yu-Gi-Oh when I get home, buddy.
I'm shouting out Nick Williams at the Scrape, bro. I got you. I'm plugging you. And I'm shouting out Young Matt and Cobain. Shouting out both of you. I need to shout out a lot of more people, but I'm not going to take up this whole time. I want to shout out everybody I know, but I can't do that. I'm sorry. Those are my 3 shout outs, so I love y'all.
All right, and my shout outs, man. Well, first off, I'm wearing Vita Loca shirt. So Vita, if you're watching, shout out to you, Mom. We love you. We love what you're doing. You guys were on the Vita show yesterday.
It was great, man. Great show.
Awesome time. Awesome interview. So we just want to shout out Vita, great friend of ours, and we want nothing but success for you, Vita, in the future. I mean that. Shout out to DB Entertainment, Mac Xavier, 36 and Brimstone, Dion Brown. Dion, you're in the room, but Dion kind of reminds me of like a white Puff Daddy. You know what I mean? Like, he kind of reminds me like when you see him, he's hustling, he's handing out cars.
Well, I found out he fights now. He fought. So
yeah.
Suge Knight.
Yeah. He's a Suge Knight.
Yeah.
Better not mess around.
Yeah, we don't know. We no longer have jokes with him. Like, we just do what he says.
Like, whatever you say, Dion. Yes, of course.
Like a Suge Knight. Yeah, sure. Like a quiet Suge Knight. I didn't think about that, Dion. Yeah. Might be like quiet Suge going on with the persona, bro. But he's always hustling, and he's a super humble guy. And Dion, thank you so much, man, for just meeting you and being the guy that you are. Of course, shout out to my wife, Jessica, for always riding shotgun with me through this journey. And I don't know, babe, where we're going to take this, where it's going to go, fail or success, however it goes. I think we're going to do great. I'm hoping for good things. And,
I do too, man. You guys
and I guess the last shout out is just to hip hop in general. I love hip hop. We've been doing this for a long time, and I've been a great fan, a great listener for many, many years. And I want to give a shout out to hip hop culture. And next week, let's talk about next week, you guys. I'm always looking forward. Next week, we're going to be talking about the iconic Onyx. Oh, God, Onyx, man. I'm so ready for that next week. But, gentlemen, thank you for coming on board with us. Shout out to DB Entertainment. We'll see you guys next week, all right? 100.
Take it easy, guys.